hanging, everybody. Welcome to General Hospital Envy, my GH After show, and a happy Thanksgiving weekend to all of my American friends out there. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually Canadian, so our Thanksgiving was about a month ago. However, I hope you guys enjoyed your meals and spending time with your family. You know, being grateful to all the things that you have, only to wake up the next morning and fight each other to the death for cheap material things. Oh, America. But in all seriousness, I do hope that you guys had a really good Thanksgiving. I mean, I love that you guys in America do it so big over there with your parade and your specials. I watch them all and feel left out, but I enjoy it, so it's all good. Alright, now let's get into this short week of General Hospital, starting with the fact that Kim is so incredibly desperate to have Oscar do the surgery that she has gone to Julian, begging him for help to use his connections to get Oscar a passport and out of the country, basically kidnapped, so that this doctor somewhere, I think in the Dominican, will do the surgery for her, no questions asked. So basically without Oscar's consent. Girl, you trippin', but I gotta give credit to Tamara Braun because she is acting her ass off with these scenes. I mean, I'm seeing like old signs of old Carly, and I love that Carly. I love Laura right now that plays Carly, but Tamara Braun was great too. And getting to see that sort of feisty side of her come out in Kim has been great to watch, because honestly, Kim has been pretty one note since she came on, so this is a breath of fresh air. And anyway, I think that Oscar is probably going to do the surgery as long as he gets to choose to do so, because everyone's in his ear, even Alexis and Monica, just to be like, here, this is what the situation is, think about it and make the choice yourself. You know, it's probably the best choice for you, but you know, think about it at least. Honestly, I think that he's gonna do it. I mean, with everyone in his ear talking about the pros and cons of what he's gonna get into, he seems to be slowly coming around. As long as he gets to make that decision, I think he'll do it himself anyway. With any luck, Jocelyn will be the last piece of the puzzle, because she found out that he is sick from Cam. She is not too happy with Cam that he kept that secret, but honestly, what was he supposed to do? Like, this is a dying man's last wish, essentially, and he doesn't even like Oscar, but he didn't want to feel like a jerk, so I can see where he was coming from. I mean, to his credit, for the longest time, he did everything in his power to get Oscar to tell her the truth, so, eek. I mean, I hope she forgives Cam. I kind of like them together, even though it's like, I know the end game is supposed to be Oscar and Joss, but if he dies, then that's not going to happen. If he doesn't, triangle, I guess. At the very least, I hope Jocelyn catches wind of this whole cult situation that he and Kristina are in. This storyline is progressing off screen, which is super frustrating. I mean, this week we saw Daisy talk about some DOD readings. Apparently they're reading a book that has teachings, and she's just so creepy about it. Like, it's so weird, but I want this story on screen because it's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested in the story. Daisy is so damn creepy trying to get Kristina's family involved, like talking to Sunny the way that she did and trying to invite Sam over. Like, it's just so weird. I'm uncomfortable, but I'm still enjoying it. So more of this, GH. Alright, now let's talk about Stella, because it turns out that her ex, Marcus, just happens to be in town because his wife is sick in Port Charles. What are the odds? I'm not exactly sure where this storyline is gonna go, but I have a feeling that his wife is gonna be played by the girl that played Aunt Viv in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. For those of you that don't know, Stella was also in Fresh Prince as Will's mom, and you know, Aunt Viv was Will's aunt. So yeah, I'm willing to bet that Frank Valentini is gonna throw in a Fresh Prince line the second that those two meet, if that is the case, and she is the actress that plays his wife. What I'm personally hoping for with the storyline is that Marcus manages to calm Stella down, especially when it comes to Jordan and Curtis. I mean, she seemed to listen to his words this week, which was kind of nice, and I hope with any luck she'll show up at the wedding tomorrow, but I just need her to calm down, because overall I adore the character of Stella. I love Renee Watson, who plays her, and I love seeing her on screen, especially with Mike. This is the only blip of Stella that I don't like, her just freakouts with Jordan. So if they get rid of that, then I'm gonna love her character for a very long time. Alright, now let's talk about the hot mess that is Ava Jerome. Let's follow this closely, okay? So, she drugs Sasha, she lures Griffin to Sasha's room, she knocks Griffin out, she strips both of their clothes off, plops them in a bed, goes to the hospital to tell Franco so that he will tell Kiki so that she can walk in on them in a compromising position. Eek. Man, I don't know what Ava was thinking. I know that she's a vengeful person, but how on earth did she think that this plan would work? I mean, Griffin had a bump on his head. Of course he's gonna pick up that something weird happened. And it did. And of course, Kiki believed him because it's the truth. She knows Griffin well enough that he's not gonna do that. I mean, she was freaked out and angry at first, but once he said, "Oh, I have a bump on my head," she was pretty quick to figure out that it was Ava, and she confronted her ass, and it was not pretty. Ryan definitely got a kick out of the confrontation, and he also saw a confrontation with Nina the next day and loved that too. I mean, oh, I'm so scared for Kiki, you guys. I mean, the writing's on the wall at this point. I mean, she had some really touching scenes with Michael and Franco this week. They seemed pretty final, so I am willing to bet that Ryan's next victim is gonna be Kiki. Ugh, that makes me so sad, but it's probably where the storyline is gonna go, honestly. Ryan is falling so hard for Ava, and I feel so bad for Laura. I mean, he's put Laura through the ringer this week. She's cried to Carly, he's been so cold to her, saying, you know, "Be careful, Laura, the truth hurts." That was so creepy. But I don't think he's gonna kill her because the powers that be know better than that. Anyway, to make matters worse, she walked in on Ryan kissing Ava. So that sucked. I mean, she went over there because Ava gave her a donation, but as a potential mayor candidate, she can't accept those, so that's why she was at the gallery. But eek, it's a train wreck that I can't help but watch. I'm enjoying this story, damn you. Alright, now let's talk about some lighthearted fun that happened this week. Jordan and Curtis's bachelor/bachelorette party at an escape room all about Port Charles. Super unrealistic, 100% fan service. I actually loved it. Like, it was cheesy and awful, but enjoyable as a longtime fan. I mean, for the record, I would have nailed that escape room. I would have gotten us out so damn fast because I know my shit, but it was just like, it was so unrealistic. You know, I have to admit, even though I enjoyed the nods to history, it also kind of backfired on the powers that be to do so because A, it didn't happen on Halloween, which it would have been perfect for, and B, it was a glaring reminder of the villains that we currently have. I mean, all these villains were like legendary in their day. There was big storylines involving all the villains that they showed, and the current villains that we have are just like kind of embarrassing to watch. I mean, they're all in these really half-ass baked redemption storylines that don't really work for a lot of us, I feel. But it's like people just can't help but want to redeem the villains these days. I seen online on a message board that someone wanted Ryan to be redeemed, and I'm like, no, do not redeem him. He is a legendary serial killer. Like, don't do that. Where is it written that every villain on the show has to be redeemed? Let the villains be evil. That's why they're there. Like, they don't need to be morally gray to stay on the show either, because Helena Cassadine was on the show for 10 years, like, in a row. Like, she didn't leave. She was there for a long ass time, and not once did she get redeemed. She was evil all throughout her tenure and every appearance she's made ever since, and she's enjoyable. I love watching her. I love to hate her because she was pure evil. Let the villains be pure evil. Okay, rant over. I'm gonna finish this off on a light note with Jay, Sam, and their Thanksgiving, okay? Because we got to see them spend time as a family. Poor Sam was sick, and Jason had to take care of her and Danny, and he got to cuddle with Sam at the end because she was delirious on the medicine, I think. But I still enjoyed it. Just put them together already, okay? I just want them together so bad. It's just taking too long. Enough. I've heard of slow burn, but this is ridiculous. Let them be a couple. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Alright, so as you guys know, it was a short 3-day week on General Hospital, and on the 4th day, they played a really classic Thanksgiving episode, which was really nice to see. I mean, I loved seeing all the fresh faces and the young cast. I saw characters that I don't really know, and characters that I briefly remember, but it was super nice. And of course, we got the Quartermain Thanksgiving shenanigans, so that's always fun to watch. Edward and Lila, just died seeing them again. Got a little bit teary. The only thing that I didn't like about this classic episode was that they got rid of all the classic music and threw in Paul Glass's current music, which I am not a fan of Paul Glass, you guys. I loved the background music on GH back in the day. In fact, I was Envious01 on here on YouTube, and I would upload all the background music all the time on there. So if you guys didn't know that, the more you know. That was me. I was him. Surprise. But yeah, I just wish they didn't replace it, and they didn't get to show the Faces of the Heart intro either, probably due to copyright reasons. They played the new intro music, but they did use the old logo, so that was kind of nice to see. Anyway, what did you guys think of General Hospital this week? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time.